What's up? What's up? What's up? Hi, it's me again, LaShawn Bridges. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. As each week, I discuss with you guys politics and the uprunning Democratic presidential candidates for year 2020. All right, today, you guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about Donald Trump and further information I found out about his impeachment, what Miss Pelosi is talking about. Remember her, and we're going to go in details about that, as well as what information about Joe Biden that I found out about, and what he thinks about Trump. And also, we're going to discuss my presidential candidate of choice, Andrew Yang, okay, and what he thinks about all of this in the impeachment and Trump and about Joe Biden and the whole nine, okay. But first, Trump, okay. Back in 2000, okay, first of all, we're going to discuss that President Bill Clinton, he had a conversation with Tony Blair from the UK and asked him directly to intercede in a dispute between British Airways and America Carriage, okay. Now, the President Clinton was way more direct in his conversation with the UK than Donald Trump was, all right. Um, is it influential to use a foreign country to influence the outcome of an election in a presidential year? Yes, okay, that's the answer. There are many more examples, all right, you guys. Um, Joe Biden, he is calling for impeachment on Trump for the first time. He feels that Donald Trump will do anything to get elected, and he calls Trump a threat to our democracy. I'm going to let you guys hear a quick audio video clip of him exactly explaining this a little bit in further details, okay? A couple minutes, a minute or so.
By obstructing justice, refusing to comply with the congressional inquiry, he's already convicted himself. In full view of the world and the American people, Donald Trump has violated his oath of office, betrayed this nation, and committed impeachable acts. You know, to preserve our Constitution, our democracy, our basic integrity, he should be impeached. That's not only because of what he's done. To answer whether he has committed acts of sufficient to warrant impeachment is obvious. We see it in Trump's own words. We see it in the texts from State Department officials that have been made public. We see it in his pulling much of the United States government into his corrupt schemes, individuals within the government, his appointees. But we have to remember that impeachment isn't only about what the president's done. It's about the threat the president poses to the nation if allowed to remain in office. One thing about this president is absolutely clear, and I don't think anyone can contradict this. He has seen no limits to his power, regardless of what the Constitution says. He believes the entire United States government can be corrupted into furthering his personal political needs. He's even willing to hold Congress and congressionally appropriated aid to a foreign nation hostage to his personal political demands. He believes if he does something.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there because, I mean, it goes on a little bit further. But that just was a quick example of what Joe Biden feels about Donald Trump. Joe Biden, he clearly states that Donald Trump definitely should be impeached, you know, as you heard in the video. I liked how Joe Biden, you know, goes on further in the video, which I didn't let, you know, it play too much longer. But he stated that Trump is shooting holes into the Constitution and that we can't let him get away with it. I agree. You know, I'm not a fan of Joe Biden, but I do believe in a lot of his statements about Trump. You know, that's what I can agree on. Okay. Now, the president's lawyer, let's talk about that, wrote an angry letter stating that they want to cooperate, that they won't cooperate, I'm sorry, at all with the House Democrats' impeachment inquiry. And I'm going to read the letter to you guys. The letter reads as this: President Trump and his administration reject your baseless, unconstitutional efforts to overturn the democratic process. Your unprecedented actions have left the president with no choice. And in order to fulfill his duties, President Trump and his administration cannot participate in your partisan and unconstitutional inquiry under those circumstances. Wow, that's a lot. That's what the letter reads, okay? Now, we all know about Pelosi, okay? What is she up to now, right? Pelosi fired back at the White House, okay? And she stated according to CNN, this is what she states. The White House, she says, should be um, warned that continued efforts to hide the truth of the president's abuse of power from the American people will be regarded as further evidence of obstruction. Wow. Now, Mr. President, you are not above the law. You will be held accountable, she said. Okay. She's not playing. She's basically saying, hey, we need to get this president held accountable for his actions. And I agree, Pelosi. Now, this president, in my opinion, he will do anything, you guys. I mean, anything not to get impeached, okay? You know why? In my opinion, because he knows that if he is impeached, he will face so many charges because there's been so much corruption that's taken place in the White House. It doesn't even make any sense. Now, all this has been going on up under his administration while being president, of course. And if he remains the president, I feel that all he would do is pardon himself and, may not face as many serious charges as, that's occurring. But that's my opinion. But many of us Democrats are definitely for the impeachment inquiry, I believe. But yet there are just as many Republicans, I feel, that are, sort of, feeling the same way. And they absolutely feel that Donald Trump should be impeached as well. So even some of the Republicans are turning that way to looking at all this that's been going on and stating, to themselves, saying to themselves, hey, we need him impeached, okay? Now, CNN states that the majority of the House can determine whether to go through this impeachment or not. And if the president is convicted after the impeachment, the effects will be overturned to the election like the one in 2016, okay? Now, Representative Trey Gowdy, I've come to find out, he stated how withholding information and documents from Congress is wrong. And I agree. This is what Trump has done. He's done on numerous of occasions, okay? Now, Trump is so caught up, in my opinion, in trying to pursue digging up information on Joe Biden, but CNN stated that there has been several leaked texts about Ukraine from Donald Trump. The president is not only being, uncovered by the whistleblower, remember him, but now Trump is trying to use his power on the Ukraine by pressuring them into investigations on rivals, okay? Oh, it doesn't get any better, right? Now, Democrats feel that these numerous of texts prove that president was indeed involved in corruption with the White House and administration. Pelosi feels, along with some other Republicans and definitely some of us Democrats, that they have the grounds to impeach President Donald Trump. And I feel so too. I feel that they definitely should proceed in impeaching him. Now, these texts, they show serious evidence of what can make the case of obstruction with the president and what he's trying to do with Ukraine even stronger. Now, Peter Baker from New York Times, he describes President Trump from being rallied up and agitated. I bet he is. Clearly defensive and upset, which he has every right to be. But at the same time, if you're, doing all kind of corruption in the White House and in your administration, then hey, if it's aggravating you, then stop doing things that, that's having the eyes on you. You're supposed to be defending the people, not causing corruption in the White House. But Trump, he states, he doesn't hide how he feels. He doesn't pull back. He's very arrogant, in my opinion. And he's still trying to stand strong as our president, despite the many findings of the evidence that, could be damaging to him and finding him guilty of corruption. Now, the Mueller report may have not nailed Trump, but I believe between the phone calls and the texts and the numerous, especially texts found to Ukraine, as well as the whistleblower, we can possibly, hopefully, go through the impeachment process. Now, Joe Biden has stated that Donald Trump has picked the fight with the wrong guy, okay? And he is not happy with Trump. He's stated this over and over again in his rally, responding to the fact of Trump trying to dig evidence on Joe and attacking him by stating that China should investigate Joe Biden and his son. I couldn't make this up if I tried, okay? Now, Trump really feels in tweets that he has the right to ask countries to investigate. Can you believe this? He tweeted, as the President of the United States, this is a tweet now, you guys, listen. He tweeted, as the President of the United States, I have an absolute right, perhaps even a duty, to investigate or have investigated corruption, and that would include asking or suggesting other countries to help us out. Okay, think of that for a moment. Sounds crazy, right? Right. Now, this all while facing, his impeachment inquiry is what Trump stated. Okay. Now, you guys, it is illegal to accept, I repeat, it is illegal to accept help from a foreign entity in a United States election. So what are you talking about, Trump? What you're saying is completely false, okay? Now, according to CNN, Biden's son has associated and done business with companies over in China, but there is no evidence that he made a profit or anything, that his father trading favors to help him, or, his father's, not doing any of that. But we do know that Trump's two sons in the Trump organization continue to do business in multiple countries, okay? Which also Trump's daughter, remember her? Iyanka works in the White House and do business in China. Now, Trump is always constantly trying to place the blame on his political rivals, such as Joe Biden. But, he feels he can do whatever he wants you guys, to do because he's sitting president. As long as he's the sitting president, he feels like, what he's doing is right. And no matter who says it's wrong, he will defend it to the end because in Trump's eyesight, it's like everybody else is wrong and he's right. Very arrogant. But he's doing, to me, he's a disgrace to America and to our democracy. That's just my opinion. Some people may feel wrong, you Trump supporters out there, but that's just what I believe. What do you think my presidential candidate of choice, Andrew Yang, thinks about President Donald Trump? Okay. Now, Andrew Yang told CBS political reporter Caitlin Huey Burns and CBS host Anthony Mason from this morning that he is one of the two in the field that 10% of Trump's supporters say they will support. And that's not surprising to me because I believe that he is definitely winning a lot of people, including Trump supporters, his way because he has the best idea and the best policies. Let's listen to this on CBS this further, okay, on CBS, as Andrew Yang discusses this further, okay? I'm going to play a clipping of that. Turn it up so you guys can hear. Okay, I'll turn it up for you guys as it's buffering.
Democratic voters and Democratic leaning independents, 2/3. The main thing they want in a candidate is someone who can beat Donald Trump.
Yep. Yes, I'm one of only two candidates in the field that 10% or more of Donald Trump voters say that they would support.
Why is that?
It's because I'm focused on solving the problems that they see around them every day. And I'm laser focused on trying to make their lives better. That's why I'm getting thousands of Trump voters as well as independents and libertarians and Democrats and progressives. If I'm the Democratic nominee, we win. That's the math.
But that's Joe Biden's argument too.
That's one reason why he's leading in the polls, and that's one reason you'll see me leading in the polls before too long.
You think you can beat Joe Biden?
I think I'll be the nominee. If you listen to Joe talk about it, his main argument is that his election is going to be a restoration of the Obama-Biden administration, in essence, which is a move literally backwards in time. And so, to me, saying that we can somehow erase not just Donald Trump's presidency, but all of the reasons why people voted for Donald Trump, to me, is not correct. I mean, these things have happened, and we're going to have to address them. We're going to have to solve the problems that got Donald Trump elected one, if we're going to win, and two, if we're going to move the country forward.
CBSN political reporter Kate.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. But as you can tell, he has some very good points. I definitely, that's my presidential candidate of choice for a Democratic side. Andrew Yang, I've been following him and been a huge supporter of him. And I believe that Andrew Yang will definitely be the nominee winner and can definitely beat Trump, okay? He's been campaigning, all this time, very big, and he has reached this world substantially through the internet and the media everywhere, okay? I do agree that if people choose Joe Biden, that we will, like Andrew Yang states in that video that I just clipping of the audio, that we will be moving backwards to the Obama administration, which now I won't down the Obama administration, and I don't think he was either, but the Obama administration, it was good, but it wasn't great in my opinion. It could have used a little bit more work. But we need to do like what Andrew Yang states in his campaign. We need to make America think smarter. Okay, and I love that. This is what his math hat means. You've seen in his campaigns people wearing math hats, supporters, especially the Yang Gang supporters, that wears the math hat. It means it's an acronym for that. you know Andrew Yang, I believe, will definitely make America think smarter by offering his policy of the universal basic income plan, in which it was $1,000 a month to every citizen in the United States 18 years of age and older. It will definitely, it's definitely first on his agenda if he becomes president, you know. And I feel that the plan of $1,000 a month will make huge, you guys, financial changes for the better for every household in America. Like who doesn't need $1,000 extra in their household, per family, per person, that's 18 of age and older. I don't know who doesn't. It will help everyone who is working, whether they're working or not. It can make families resilient, whether they are going to school again, whether they're going to start a business or they're going to save the money or spend it like crazy or whatever they're going to do, invest. It can just, pay off bills, whatever they're going to do with the money. It can just definitely help each individual in a substantial way. So I definitely would tell everyone out there, especially the ones who are not familiar with Andrew Yang, to check out his site. Don't take my word for it. Go to yang2020.com. Under his site, it has all his policies. It's over 150 now policies that are excellent. Talk about, in his policies, he's talking about the freedom dividend plan of $1,000 a month. He's also talking about the health care, his education plan. It's numerous of policies. So sign up, become a Yang Gang fan. If you feel that you definitely feel that he'll be a good president, like I feel, and like a lot of you guys out there that are for Yang, and let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that he wins, right? So if you guys like this video, I've babbled enough. Click like at the end of this video if you like it. Also click the bell for further notifications as each week I discuss a politics for you guys, another politics video, and present it to you guys. And definitely leave a comment. I answer all comments, so there's no right or wrong answer. We're all here to just talk about politics and talk about the president, and we can go from there. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Deuces.